Let me move my mic over. It's been a while. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are back and live with a Raw review for July 29th. Hopefully you guys are digging the new layout. We've got some work to do on it, but I hope you guys like this. If it's better, let me know. Senior intern is not causing any trouble right now. He's actually knocked out. We've got a lot of different things going on though, so I wanted to make sure that everybody's up in here talking. I see the EPW chants. Thank you guys so much. And look at that subscriber goal for SummerSlam, guys. Take a good look at it. We are approximately 31 subscriptions away from hitting the goal. Can we do it before SummerSlam? I need everyone else's help. I'm out here busting my ass trying to make sure that we get to that goal. I need all of you guys to do that. And how can you guys do that? Well, first, you can help by liking the video today. Liking the video helps more people see the video. I don't want to go through all the boring YouTube algorithm stuff with you guys. That's what helps. Also, what helps is commenting, being in the live chat, being interactive, joining the Facebook group. We have so many different things. And this design, I have to give a big shout out to my boy who did this, Sal Rex. So thank you so much for the design for the podcast. Really appreciate it, bro. And we are doing a lot of things. Oh yeah, that's a dope hat. Thank you, good sir. This is a custom, so shout out to Derek Shelton. He's usually in the chat. I know he's busy tonight though. But who do we got in here right now? Powerbomb the like button. I like it. I prefer to do the Macho Man, ooh yeah, elbow drop on it. But yeah, I'm down with that. Original Biggie is in here. My man Rob. Me and Rob have some t-shirts coming out for you guys. If I had a lighter or something, fire, bro. I'm telling you, you guys are going to want to buy one of these shirts. That'll also help support the podcast. Original Biggie's in the house. Goober 316. What up, bro? Nighthawk is in here. What up, Nighthawk? Connor, what is going on? Yes, we live. Original Biggie still commenting. Brandon with the Euro. Jared Simmons, what is up, brother? He's the one who said dope hat. Jesus coming in here talking about HLA. Jesus, we can't talk about hot lesbian action on this review. Let's show some respect to the ladies. Jesus says, who wants to smoke? Nobody wants to smoke. Brandon says, you know I got a lighter. What? All right, boys, we're getting wild. But we're going to work on this layout. We're going to try and make it even doper. Give me some time on it. I will go over and try and do some revisions for it. But for now, guys, make sure you guys are giving me a follow. There is a link tree in the description box if you want to follow Instagram, Facebook, podcast, whatever you guys are looking for. It's all there. But enough of that crap. We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. What a show it was. I've got a lot of things to say. Thank you. Equal less for women's rights. Obi-Wan, where's the harlot been, man? She's been MIA. So I have no idea where she is, where we're going to find her, but she has disappeared. King says down goes Rollins. Just got home from work. Hope it was a good show. Definitely hope it was better than Raw Reunion. Shaking my head. Well, we'll talk about that, Jared. And I want to make sure that you guys are all included in on this. So once we get to a subject, you guys can chime in, and I'll try and catch you guys on the side here and add to it and read whatever you guys are writing. If you are writing me on Twitch or Periscope, hop into the YouTube chat so I can see it. I don't have that other chat up right now. I had to make some last minute changes to the overlay. So hop on in on YouTube, guys. Give me a subscribe. It helps out. Let's start off with this mixed tag mosh pit match. It was a lumberjack match. I don't know why they just didn't call it that. We had R-Truth, the 24/7 champion, and Carmella versus Drake Maverick and his wife, Renee. I think it's Renee Michelle. I'm not sure. I know she was in the Mae Young Classic. Got eliminated first round, but still stunning. Anyway, we basically get into this lumberjack match. Chaos broke out. R-Truth, it was a comedy match. R-Truth ends up whooping Drake Maverick's ass. And afterwards, he gets his belt. He's happy he got the win, but the 24/7 rule is back on immediately. So what do you think happens to him? He got that ass whizzed. And afterwards, everyone gets on top and pins him. But the first person who was on the bottom of the pin was Mike Kanellis. So Mike Kanellis is awarded the 24/7 championship. He runs to the back while everyone chases him. The usual Looney Tunes antics of the 24/7 title. But it's getting these guys valuable television time. I know some people think it's stupid. They don't like it, but I have to disagree with it. I think the 24/7 title is doing something right now. So can't be mad at it. Afterwards, they all run out, and Maria is looking for her husband, who runs into like the referee locker room. Maria pounds on the door and says, "Mike, open up the door. How do I know you're not Carmella?" he yells, and she threatens to kick him in the vagina. This is not a biology lesson. This was really said on the show. Threatened to kick him in the vagina. Damn, bro. Like, I had to put it in the Facebook group chat, but man card. Right here. Bring it up. We got to take that shit. Rob, that's a side story for us, man. Don't repeat that. Just absolutely crazy what they did here. I don't know, man. I just was like, okay. So we leave that segment. Then we get to the gauntlet match here to determine. We've got people saying Mike Cuck Nellis, kick him in the mangina. Goober says 24/7 should not be on TV only. It should be social media only. That is a good idea. Brandon is laughing. A mosh pit and no headbangers. I agree, Goober. You could have had a great headbanger spot here with them smashing the boombox over somebody's head and trying to win that hardcore title like they used to from Crash Alley. I think they were involved in the crazy like ball pit segment whenever they did that at the Fun Times USA place. We get to the gauntlet to determine a number one contender for the US title. What was this? This was a way for them to insert commercial breaks without having a 2 out of 3 falls match. WWE, credit where credit is due. You didn't pull the bullshit that you usually do, so I can't really complain. We start off with Rey Mysterio versus Cesaro. I absolutely thought this was a good one. Two of their most underutilized and I feel personally a little underappreciated talents. I would love to see these guys get to mix it up in the main event scene once in a while, but they're stuck in that mid-card spot. But you know what? Good for them. They get to work with each other. Rey Mysterio gets the first elimination on Cesaro. Sami Zayn. All right, chat. Oh yeah, you like the new look, PR Nightmare? If you guys like the new look, let's press 7 in the chat. Just press 7 and hit enter. But Sami Zayn had to get a drink, man. Sami Zayn, what did this guy do to piss somebody off? He loses in quick. Rodney, what's going on, brother? Good to have you in here, sir. Sami Zayn must have pissed somebody off. He loses with a quick roll up. They botched it, but they did a nice job recovering it. Rey Mysterio gets the pinfall on him. Then we get Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. Absolute pleasure to watch. Thank you, guys. I'm glad everybody seems like they like it. AEW mention. Yes. Hawk, maybe that's what it is, man. Really wouldn't mind if Alundra Blaze tossed the 24/7 title in the trash. Just can't get into that program. I think it's semi fun, man, because look at what they're doing with Sami Zayn. What is the point of this? Yes, Goober. Andrade comes out and we saw a good back and forth. Rey Mysterio could not hang on anymore. Rey Mysterio ends up eating the DDT from Andrade. I don't know if that even has a name for it, but the hammerlock DDT. 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio's out. And Andrade started pulling off Rey Mysterio's mask, and I saw a lot of people like, oh my god, I'm so surprised. And shout out to everybody at Brainbuster Radio as well. I gotta say this, the guys at Headlock Talk, we were talking about some matches from before, and I won't ruin what they are planning on doing potentially, but they were talking about old like Rey Mysterio matches from WCW, and I was like, well, if you thought you just saw his face now, you're going to see a lot more of it when you go back and look at those old WCW matches. So I was shocked that they did that with Rey Mysterio. -7, Jesus? Really, bro? Really? Choke out Jesus is right. Yes. Who wants to see a champion run all the time, though? By that logic, that holds the 24/7 champion as a heel. Jared, I think with the 24/7 title, what they're really trying to do is, I think they're trying to just get those guys on television, because if you're not getting TV time, what is it worth? and they're trying to maximize everybody's time. I get what it's there for and why they have it. It's a comedy belt at this point. You're in comedy angles. So afterwards, Ricochet comes out to make the save. Ricochet versus Andrade. I would love to see this as like a feud for a title that they're actually going to get behind. Money. Money, 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 money. In the end, Ricochet ended up hitting the 630 for the win. 1, 2, 3. Ricochet's facing AJ Styles at SummerSlam. I think that's a foregone conclusion. And I saw some people complaining. Shout out to Eric from the EPW Facebook group. I know that some of the people will say, oh, they said no more rematch clauses for belts, but then they do number one contenderships. It just forces them to book matches. Because before they were just giving rematch clauses and nothing made sense. So I hear the gripes. I get it at the same time. Ricochet's the number one contender. I'm happy. WWE make it a ladder match because I will be there and I will be happy to see that. Next, we have Maria backstage makes Mike Kanellis lay down like a punk bitch. I am not a fan of that. He laid down and Maria is the new 24/7 champion. Man card revoked officially for sure now. Mike Kanellis gives the belt to his pregnant wife, and who's going to beat up a pregnant lady? So that was played off a lot. So not mad at it. We're going to see where this goes. Hopefully something interesting happens. Maybe when she's at the gyno, R-Truth will show up as the doctor and pen her. Who knows what's going to happen. We got to take it as it is. We get into Bliss and Cross with a moment of bliss as they talk crap about Becky. This just hypes up their match for later. Not getting into it. I thought it sucked. And when we get into that part, I thought that sucked too. We'll get into that. We get to the Raw Tag Team title match. Triple threat tag title match on Monday Night Raw. Cannot complain about this. Dominatrix gimmick for Maria circa 2003. Whoa. I'd be the gynecologist for that scene. Brandon, watch it. So we get the Raw tag titles in a triple threat match. I want to hear what everyone thought of this because I have a mixed feeling on this one a little bit. So you can go either way with it and you'll see what I'm talking about once we get into it a little bit more. So the Revival versus the OC, Anderson and Gallows versus the Usos. First, let's talk about Jimmy Uso real quick. The DUI stuff. I wasn't going to bring it up because if they weren't on Raw, I'm going to let it go because I don't like getting involved in wrestlers' personal lives. It has nothing to do with me at all. But when you're out on the road and you're driving impaired, under the influence, whatever it is, don't do that shit, guys. Call a friend. Get a ride. Use Uber. Borrow some money. I don't care if you got to beg. Like, this is absolutely horrible, dude. Why in the earth would you drive? And they just made fun of it last week on Raw for Raw Reunion. Why was this man in a car driving impaired? Under the influence, whatever it is. Driving under the influence. I don't give a shit. It's unnecessary, not cool, and it hurts my, like, the fandom that I have for the Usos. I like the Usos, but you can't do shit like this, man. So they gotta chill out with that. They do Truth like they did Bill Cosby. Rest in peace, Revival. I'd use Carmella too. Dr. Truth, spread them legs. Rodney. Jared says, if my wife was Naomi, I'd be getting drunk at home and clapping the cheeks. I can't believe I just read that. I apologize, Naomi, if you see this ever. What is that? Oh, man. F Jimmy Uso, he put other people's lives at risk for what? Yeah, you can't do that, guys. So if you're ever in that situation, call someone, let someone know to pick you up. Let's get into this match, though. So going into this, I had a feeling the Usos had to eat the pen as part of punishment. And in my opinion, everyone's telling WWE should step in. WWE doesn't have to step in this situation. But, I will say this. WWE wants to get petty over other shit like Rusev and Lana announcing their engagement and all that other stuff. You could do the same thing for people who get DUIs then. You can't have it one way or the other. You can't play favorites. And that's what it seems like it's doing. But, you know, with AEW effect, the shit that I've been talking about for almost a year now. And remind me, we should talk about a little AEW at the end, just a little bit. You can't have this type of shit, man. You just can't. It doesn't work. It's not working. Um, whatever. So we get a blind tag spine buster. I thought they did a lot of good stuff in this match. We saw suplexes to the floor, great tag team wrestling. It felt like they kind of let them be free. They let the reins off the tag division for a little bit today, and I wasn't mad at it. I can't even look at the emojis in the chat right now of I don't know why there's peaches and hand clapping signs, so I'm gonna just play ignorance to that and act like I don't know. Give us the smoke. Oh, you guys are killing me. Love it, EPW. Guys, make sure if you're just coming in, leave a like on the video. And if you are new, subscribe to the channel. 31 people away. Help us get there today. If you guys like the content, click subscribe. Your name's going to pop up across the screen too, and I'll give you a shout out. So during all of this, we get a blind tag. The OC gets in. We see a spine buster hit. The Revival get tossed out the ring. The other Uso gets hit with the Magic Killer. 1, 2, 3. I believe Jimmy was the one who ate the pin. And the OC are the new tag team champs. People rejoice. And I got to give a shout out to my friend, Mr. Warren Hayes from Twitter. Warren, we got to follow each other. We got to talk. But I don't really agree that the OC were the right choices in this one. You guys can clip it. You can tell them. I just don't believe it for this. And let me explain why. I have to question the logic of the booking in this. And I wrote this down so I can make sure. When did they win a match recently? They just lost to Ricochet in handicap matches. What made them deserve a tag team title shot for this tonight? And like I said, I'm not mad that they're the tag champs. I think they're a hell of a tag team. But let's get some wins under the belt first. And the next example I have is the War Raiders. They are undefeated. They squashed the former tag champ in 2 to 3 minutes. It was basically a squash match almost. And they didn't get anything going. Sal Rex, what's going on, brother? Good to have you in here. Shout out to you for the artwork in this one. I think that was deleted by accident. Sal Rex, your last comment. Give us the nudes. Oh, these guys are wild in the chat tonight. So, where's the logic behind that shit, though? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. You could have put the Viking Raiders in here instead. That's all I'm asking for, is a little bit of make the puzzle fit. Don't do this shit where you're like, well, they just got a title shot because, and we all know it's because they signed that 5-year deal. That's what it is. It's the 5-year deal, and that's just what it is, man. Thank God for AJ Styles, right? Raw reunion, we get to see the highlights of that. I don't know if you guys are feeling that last week. I was just kind of meh. Chris says the Fiend should have came out at the end. It would have been an epic finish. Yes, Chris. I love the Fiend character for Bray Wyatt. King says that they take the OC serious. Jared says dumb booking. They're not credible as tag champs. Not yet, but see, the problem is, Jared, then they're going to want you to forget about this in a week or two, and it's going to probably be, I would assume, the Revival versus the OC at SummerSlam, probably pre-show. I don't know what they're doing, though, at this point. Give EC3 a chance. PR Nightmares writing Z's, and we are getting some yowie wowies in the chat. Nighthawk says 5-year deal. You know, bro, if you sign that shit, you're getting whatever you want right now at this point. Money, anything. The AEW effect is real. I know you've heard JD, Solomonster, me, Delex, man. There are a bunch of people in the community. We've been telling you guys for months. AEW is earning people more money. They should not want to see AEW go away. It's another option for people, another place for people to work, more content for us to talk about. It's a win-win for the wrestling community, in my opinion. Let's get to this. So we get the Viking Raiders who come out next. Yeah, right? So the Viking Raiders come out. They squash the shit out of people. Chat, are you guys tired of seeing the Viking Raiders go into the ring and beat the crap out of some local wrestlers? I mean, are you guys over it at this point? Is it too bad? Is it trash? Insert Cody meme. Yes, always insert that. Brock Lesnar was AEW whooping Seth Rollins' ass tonight. Terrible, Chris. And we got some money. Yeah. Go back to NXT. Yeah, they could do that with the Viking Raiders. I mean, at this point, they were killing it on the main roster, and I don't know, man. It just that's what they decided to do, I guess, right? And I am just seeing who is in the chat, showing love. We're going to write quick thanks to everybody who is in the chat. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate all the likes. Everybody coming in who just took 2 seconds to check out the video. Let's talk about Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss. Pat's got to go backwards for this for a second. This bullshit, man. All right. I'm sick of the Alexa Bliss excuses, and if you're one of her people in there, I cannot defend this anymore. Alexa Bliss needs to take pinfall losses and stuff. I don't know why they do this protection stuff with her, and they don't do it with other people. It's so weird, man. And I think the enhancement matches for the Viking Raiders are good as long as it's not overdone. It takes away from 50-50 booking. I agree, Jared. We're getting some EPW chance. I would like to see the Viking Raiders go back to NXT. Tyler Breeze went back and has revamped his career. Tyler Breeze hasn't picked up a win yet. Alexa was so good, though. I like Alexa. I think Alexa's talented. I don't like the way they book her, though. My problem with Alexa Bliss is she gets put in these matches and there's constant bait and switches. She was in ladder matches and she didn't take any bumps on the ladder. So what the hell would I take a bump on the ladder for if she's not? I just think some of it's kind of suspect. And she's gotten a lot given to her instantly from her getting up here, but I digress. I didn't like the fake injury angle. I knew it was a work as soon as it happened. No X was thrown up or anything else. I really didn't believe into it with her and Becky. And then it leads to a match with Nikki Cross, just as we suspected. Got him to a commercial break. Come back, Nikki Cross versus Becky Lynch. She gets jumped eventually by those two, and then here comes Natalya. Natalya scares those other two out the ring, but she ends up putting Becky on her ass and locks in a sharpshooter, Hart family style, and absolutely crushes the game. She puts her in the sharpshooter. She's locked in, has nowhere to go, no other choice but to tap out. Really, really good stuff. Could not be mad at it. I was impressed with it, man. Natty came out and showed some fire here. But, the question is this a match that you're hyped for SummerSlam? I think it's kind of on the maybe phrase. Alexa probably freaks with Triple H. Just kidding. Canadian Cat Lady. Terrible. Oh, don't get me started about Asuka. Asuka's another sad situation that we'll have to wait for another day. Nobody is hyped for this match. King and PR Nightmare both said nope. So they're not feeling it. And let's talk about the main event match before we get into the main event segment. The main event match tonight was Seth Rollins versus Dolph Heartbreak Kid Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler ends up coming out to Shawn Michaels music, and I'm skipping over the Street Profits and Seth Rollins. It was alright stuff. Wouldn't she have to put her foot on her belly to stop the sharpshooter and not in her ass? Rodney. Don't mess with me, Rodney. You are correct, sir. Maria was the main event. Peace. So, Dolph Ziggler came out. He got me with this. I heard Shawn Michaels music. I'm like, yo, are they going to announce Dolph Ziggler versus Shawn Michaels? That's the match we want. But everyone's saying we're going to get Dolph Ziggler Goldberg. Chat, what do you guys even care? What do you want? Tell me for this segment while we go through it. Dolph Ziggler comes out to the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels music, coming out doing all the dancing. He steals all the moves, the tights, everything. And in the match, he even does the tuning up the band of the Sweet Chin music. Rollins could not get him, though. He could not get him, and in it, Rollins starts stomping his foot for the burn it down, similar to the Shawn Michaels stuff, and before he could even hit the curb stomp, Brock Lesnar's music hits, and everyone wonders if it's a fake out. Rollins grabs his leg, Ziggler grabs Rollins' leg, because Ziggler's a little bitch, and Ziggler ends up letting, I meant that character-wise, Ziggler ends up letting Rollins get his head taken off, and Brock proceeds to whoop the shit out of Seth Rollins. This was some sympathy shit. Like, he was getting German suplexed all over. He got F5'd into a ring post, F5'd and beat down with a steel chair, and then he was F5'd on the opening part of the chair. So basically the part where your back goes, he was getting F5'd onto there multiple times and coughing up blood. So I don't know, man. WWE has made me not care about Ziggler anymore. You do not want to talk to Robert Anderson in the chat, aka 89 ESR, because Rob made me hate Dolph Ziggler, and he can tell you the moment. HBK, yes. Goldberg, no, we don't want that. Brock Lesnar ass whooping for Dolph too. He's next. Yeah, I don't know, man. Interesting stuff though tonight. All those F5s onto the chair. Good stuff. Good ass whooping. Sympathy for Seth a little bit. I still think Seth's kind of a shill right now with all of his recent comments and everything else. It made me not like Seth Rollins as much, but they went out and did their thing. Then we go to the backstage area. We're cutting into Becky looking at her man being stretchered off, and then all of a sudden we see the OC fighting the Usos. Roman comes over to help. Then here comes Samoa Joe. There is brawling backstage out of nowhere. These guys are all fighting, and Rollins is being put into the ambulance. The cameraman runs over. They're trying to create this chaos by shaking the camera and doing everything else. Shaky cam 2 is going, and then while Rollins is in the truck, the car starts to move, the ambulance car, and then it stops within a couple of rolls, and Brock Lesnar's in front. Don't move. No, okay. So afterwards, Lesnar goes to the back. He rips Seth Rollins off the gurney like he is a piece of shit. Like he basically knocked him into TV boxes afterwards. Rollins unbuckled himself while he was rolling. And yeah, shaky cam BS, you know. Poppy Joe. Seth is mostly hated now. Everybody does not like Seth, it looks like. Whoa. Or Dolph either. So I hear it. I hear you guys. I hear you. Listen, I like Dolph. I just think that they've made me not care about him. And I absolutely think Dolph Ziggler is a really good wrestler. So afterwards, he is pulled out and he gets F5'd on the gurney, which is sideways on there. Rollins is still coughing up blood. He's got blood coming from his mouth, all in his teeth. I don't know what happened or how he did that. Hopefully it wasn't the hard way. And Rollins he ate that, man. It was a good sympathy. So whoever wrote that, bravo to you. Good sympathy segment. Now we get to the Samoan Summit, which is the main event. I don't know what the hell happened here, guys. I was sending out links. You guys are going to have to maybe help me with this. Fiend could have attacked Reigns after everyone. Listen, I don't want the Fiend touching anybody he's not going to beat. That's how I feel. Y'all don't stack paper enough to talk bad about Seth, remember? Good shit, pal. You guys are terrible. So, we get this freaking beat down after. So, there's all this drama. Samoa Joe comes out talking about he's here to fight. The OC are back out. Joe's out there. All I saw was Cedric Alexander fly from the top of a high platform off the stage onto everybody. Cedric Alexander gets his moment. Samoa Joe gets speared by Roman Reigns, and I believe Raw went off the air if I got that right. I'm sure the live chat will let me know. But that was Monday Night Raw. I thought it was a decent show once again. I'm not trying to say like thumbs down, so I'm going to say thumbs up. But everything isn't perfect on it. You can find stuff to nitpick. Doug, what's going on, brother? Make sure you leave a like on the video. Go back and watch this. We just finished up with the Samoan Summit. Live chat, I'll take any questions or things that you guys want to talk about real quick. We got like 5 minutes, so let me know here and we'll talk about whatever. Better than recent weeks, see? No Bray tonight, but I'm cool with that. I don't want Bray in there if he doesn't need to be. Cedric versus Reigns via Shane McMahon's punishment, LOL. Chris, I like it. We want the smoke. Here we go with the we want the smoke again. Nobody wants smoke with Brock Lesnar. Seth Rollins almost quit while he was in NXT, which is why I couldn't take his comments seriously defending WWE. You know how it goes, Jared, man. If you want the bread and you want it, you got to say what Vince wants you to say. He's the man who cuts the checks. I want to see some WWE 2K20 news, but the community manager is missing. It's a communication problem. Hopefully we get something soon. Is Sheamus going to be a ref? As far as I know, no. Nothing is confirmed yet, but he did tease it. So maybe something's in the works that we don't know about. Next Fire Pro stream. There should be one this week. Hopefully to get some more people to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, if you are new, subscribe to the channel. I'll promote whatever you got going on here, man. If you got a podcast, a YouTube, whatever, just flick across that subscribe button and I will help you out right now. if you are new to here. If Brock smoked, wouldn't he be? If he'd be so damn destructive. Congrats to Chris on joining to AEW. Connor, I think they skipped 2K20 this year. I think it's coming out later, guys. I think they're changing up the style for 2K20. Why put it out if... Basically, here's how I see it. If 2K20 is going to come out, there's no reason to put 2K20 out unless you're going to have... how do I want to put this? If you're gonna have NBA and that come out at the same time, there's no point. So let WWE have their own time slot. I think they should release it when all the other games aren't out, so people go and pick it up. That's just me though. Might be a discussion video tomorrow. Yeah, let me know, Obi-Wan. Send me a message on Twitter or somewhere, and maybe I can hop in there and give my 2 cents on it too. Moxley versus Naito was good. Ishii versus Moxley was good. I was getting caught up on the G1 stuff. G1 is really good stuff so far. AEW, guys, going forward, I don't know how the Monday Night Raw reviews are going to go, but I definitely see them either A, getting shorter, or they're going to become live reaction streams for this. So I don't know. We'll have to talk. Maybe I'll put out a survey or something to figure out if you guys want these Raw ones to continue. But I can't do Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW. You'll clobber yourself with content. I do want to do the AEW shows. I think that those are good. Wednesday nights, good. And I think I'll be able to handle that. 8 to 10's not too bad. Raw ones kill me when I'm working. I know I'm off work right now, so the Raw ones are tough. The G1 has been really good this year, Rob. Yeah, it sucks that we didn't get that Jason Jordan feud. I agree. I agree. Have it come out near the Rumble. Can you do SmackDown every once in a while? Hey, Zeus, SmackDown was on a really bad streak for a little bit. Like, the last week was the first time I enjoyed SmackDown in a while. So, we'll see. We'll see. WWE Weekly. I like the live reviews afterwards, but maybe if I time them only to be 15 minutes. I don't know, guys. We'll have to figure it out because I don't mind doing the WWE talk, but if it ain't working, it ain't working for me. Like, what am I going to talk about on SmackDown that's different tomorrow? What are we really going to see? We got Finn Balor, Dolph Ziggler. It's the same stuff. SmackDown's just a really good wrestling show. So I just try to incorporate stuff with Raw. But you guys let me know what you want to see. If you guys have any ideas, put it in the Everything Pro Wrestling Facebook group, or you guys can tweet me, as you see down below, at EPW Show. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video. Is there anybody that's new in here that isn't subscribed? Click the subscribe button right now. Big shout out to everybody who came into the chat tonight. I gave a shout out basically to everybody who I saw in here writing. Big shout out to Sal Rex who was in here. I think his message got deleted by accident by Rob at one point. But Sal Rex, you are the man, brother. Thank you for the overlay. It's really good. You ain't new, PR Nightmare. Do a WCW review. Doug, you're not new either. Let's see here. Trish and Lawler. Yeah, we know this leading to a match with Charlotte. Come on, guys. We know that's what's going down here. We know. But hopefully we get some good stuff here. First pregnant champ. Yes. AEW chance. So I do want to do AEW. Maybe I'll do AEW and Raw, or maybe I'll do SmackDown. I got to see what happens with these shows, man. If they get better, then I don't have an issue with it. But if you guys are in the chat, throw up your 2 sweets. We'll see what happens with CM Punk. I do know that we have a big Brainbuster radio stream coming up on Twitch. I hope you guys are all there. All the money that you guys donate to the streams, if you guys decide to donate, even if it's $1, it helps. Super Kick Foundation and the ASPCA for animals. Those were the 2 foundations that we picked. Make sure you guys join us for that. So if you got $1, save it up and then come into that stream and check us out, man. Thank you for throwing up the 2 sweet, Rodney. I appreciate you, brother. Everybody throwing up the EPW. It's time to end this stream, guys. Thank you so much. But make sure that you guys look at the pinned tweet in the Facebook group and join us when Brainbuster Radio is live on Twitch TV when we officially launch Brainbuster TV. Peace.